Good morning. So a couple days before I leave for the Superior Trail, and I'm just out doing my daily hike just to stay in shape. I hike this all the time, and just a railroad track through a swamp. So what I'd like to talk today about is weight. So I weighed this pack. This is everything I'm going to carry, and I'm kind of heavy because I have a lot of food. I'm only doing one resupply about halfway down the trail. That's a liter of water and a full canister of fuel, and I'm at 29 pounds. So, you know, when you watch these videos, I was watching a video yesterday, a couple of them, both 7.5 pound base weight. Now that's half of what I have in base weight, and I look at what they're pulling out of the pack, and I'm thinking, well, guys, that's heavier than mine. Well, that's lighter than mine. I'm doing the math. You got to do the math. You got to be a skeptic, because they're really doing a disservice, especially to people that are maybe just getting into backpacking or trying to get lighter. You really have to see what they're carrying and what you're carrying, and find out what they're leaving out, because quite often they're leaving stuff out. I mean, they're on YouTube, so I'm assuming they have a YouTube channel, and if they do, they're carrying at least a phone. I do everything on the phone, but a lot of them are carrying a camera, and the more electronics you have, the more storage you need to charge them. They don't even mention that. The one I was watching yesterday didn't even mention a phone, and everybody's carrying a phone. And so you really want to look at those videos of not what they're carrying, of what they're not showing you they're carrying. And you know, at the end of this one, the guy did say, I mean, he was 7.5 pound base weight, but he ended up with a pack that would carry 30 pounds, but he was only carrying 27. So, okay, he's got about 20 pounds of either food, water, or fuel. I don't know what it is, or things he didn't pull out of that bag that he's carrying. So, again, take it all with a grain of salt. You know, take what's comfortable for you. But whatever you do, if you're, you know, training for a hike, you are training, right? If you're training for a hike, carry 25 or 30 pounds. No matter what you end up carrying weight-wise, you'll benefit from carrying 25 or 30 pounds when you're training. And maybe psychologically, it'll feel really good if you're carrying a lot less than that. But again, I always end up right around that 25 to 30 mark. And of course, I'm eating, I'm burning fuel, I'm really diligent about my water management, so if I don't have to carry a lot of water, I don't. So that weight disappears pretty quick when you're doing a hike. You're not always carrying that 25 to 30 pounds. So if you're still trying to figure out gear choices, you know, before you pull the trigger on that payment, you know, think about, it's easy to give up comfort when you're sitting in your living room watching videos. But think about using that equipment in conditions, and make a checklist before you pull the trigger on what you're giving up for that weight loss piece of gear you're thinking about buying. Because usually it's going to be, if it's ultralight, it's usually more expensive, and you might be paying a lot of money to buy some misery that you don't want, and you're just not giving enough thought before you make that purchase. So, you know, again, have a checklist. So every time you buy a piece of gear, not what the weight is, but what you're going to give up buying that piece of gear. Anyway, food for thought. Keep smiling.